Hey, what's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to another episode of my F1 2018 Alfa Romeo Fantasy Career Mode here on Motorsport Manager. We're here for round number 4 at the Russian Grand Prix. If you did miss the last episode, uploaded 2 days ago, then be sure to go check that one out before you see this one, because at the end of that one, we had a bit of a dilemma, a bit of a kind of question mark over, since we had that super sub of Rosberg being injured, Leclerc came in, he did the job last race, and, well, spoiler alert, now, he got an amazing podium. Carlos Sainz still came through for some decent points. As you can see, though, Leclerc strutting the ball with that second place, 18 points. And there was a little question mark of basically, right, so if Rosberg is injured and Sainz has this bad form, do we replace Leclerc into the picture here? And even when Rosberg comes back, what happens then? So Rosberg, his injury is only remaining for 1 week, so I don't know. He should be back, I think, maybe, in time for the Russian Grand Prix. If not, it's a simple case of Sainz and Leclerc. If Rosberg's back, then it's a question mark of what happens with our swap with Carlos Sainz. A lot of you guys saying I should maybe just put in Leclerc until Carlos Sainz gets his form back and then swap it back around. But actually then, looking a little bit deeper, I maybe should have looked a bit more specifically already at the actual thing, because Carlos Sainz's form, little driver trait, has already gone away. It was basically less than an hour left after the very end, after the Dubai Grand Prix. So it's not there anymore. He's going to have his form back to business. And so really that dilemma has kind of gone away. And really it's a case of now, is Rosberg going to be back here in time for the Russian Grand Prix? I think it should be, because we move on 1 week and it's still not the Russian Grand Prix. That's 2 weeks then. So I think Rosberg should be back. So actually a lot of that hype is kind of dampened down. But at the same time, Leclerc did a fantastic job either way. So I think I think I might reward him with some practice time, at least in place of Carlos Sainz maybe for the Russian Grand Prix. Obviously we're going to keep Rosberg in there as obviously his knowledge in the way he gains the knowledge in practice just so damn fast that there's no way I'm ever going to not put him in practice, basically. But let's move forward. Then we've got a dilemma, actually, here before we can move on from Toyota. So it's about an upcoming vote. I'm wondering if you're interested in voting in favour of replacing the Black Sea Grand Prix with the Singapore Grand Prix in the next vote. So that is basically this one we're going to, the Russian Grand Prix, with Singapore. We lost Singapore off the calendar, which is unfortunate, because Singapore actually was a very good Grand Prix for us, and Russia, it's been up and down, up and down. It's a very tough Grand Prix, full stop, to go to, because it's one where the tyre temps rocket down, so you want to push the tyres harder to keep the tyre temps up, but at the same time, you don't want to push them so much, because that's just going to naturally wear out your tyres, even if your tyre temps are cold. So it's a very bipolar Grand Prix, really. So I wouldn't be opposed to voting for Singapore. If we do vote in favour of Singapore, we get just a little bit of money, not too much. We're talking $250,000, but you know what? I'm not too fussed. Yeah, he has my support. I'd rather have Singapore than the Black Sea, so I'll take it. I'll take it. So I'm going to take the $250,000, a little bit of money for our pocket, and in the next political vote, that's the way we're going to vote. But apart from that, we just move forward then. Car repair is going to get done soon, and it is done. So I need to have a quick look at what we're actually working with now. So front wing's pretty much there. Brakes pretty much done. So let's move on to suspension. And then let's continue on with the front wing, because the front wing was a little bit crucial. Actually, rear wing was a big one last race, wasn't it? So let's go with one of these rear wings. Because I remember Sainz was the one, his rear wing was a little bit iffy at the end of the Dubai Grand Prix. Performance-wise, because we're still working on reliability most of the time, it's still not quite there in terms of performance. But I'm going to go 13, 14... I'll go 14.6, so because these are already pretty much nearly to where I want them. And in terms of the designing part, the brakes are still getting done, 16 days to go, so we can click continue on. There's nothing else to do. We got one email there about F1 adding a new, okay, yeah, so that's for the upcoming vote, GMA to meet, and that's going to come up pretty damn soon. So we remember we have been basically bribed to vote for the Singapore Grand Prix, which, as I said, I'm fine with. Nico is feeling better. There we go. So Nico's fine. He's no longer injured, so it will be Nico and Sainz in the race, but Leclerc will be the one in practice, I think. And, oh, before I forget, obviously I asked you guys what we should do in the HQ, and I think it was a resounding, yeah, let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead and get the get the forecast center, because, I've said before it's maybe not very useful, but it seemed like a lot of you guys were in favor. I think we can gain quite a bit if we do build that. So, for the first time ever in this game, I will be building the forecasting center. So that's going to cost us 6 million. So we're going to be down to 3.5. That's still a decent amount. But there we go. In 16 weeks' time, the forecast center will be there. And then we can really fully take advantage of when it rains in the race. But let's move forward then to the political vote. And let's do this thing. So politics. And obviously I've been bribed. So it's not even it's not even there. But I do have a choice of voting power. I can use all my voting power. I'm not going to bother because I've been bribed for it. So I'm just going to vote with 1 there. And just going to continue on. Let's see. Looks like everyone else was undecided, actually, which is kind of strange. So let's see. Let's skip to the end and see where it goes. Hopefully this doesn't get decided by Jean Bloody Todd, hopefully. Vote rejected. Okay. See, in the end, not too bad because nothing changed and I still got some money for it. And to be honest, the way I would have voted, I would have probably voted I'm not fussed. So I probably would have abstained and just gained 1 vote power. So we effectively just gave up an extra vote power to get a 250,000, which I don't think is that bad because we already have 3 extra, I think that was. So yeah, not too bad of a deal. But for once, Jean Todd did not decide the GMA vote, because if you remember, if you've been following the series, in season 2 I think it was twice or even 3 times Jean Todd was the deciding vote for the GMA vote, which I get the whole kind of, yeah, if it's half and half and a decision needs to be made, then he needs to be the deciding factor. But it was just a bit too fishy that he was making that call, yeah, 3 times in a row, pretty much. I think it was 3 times in a row. So, yeah, anyway, moving on. So we're going to keep the Black Sea. Singapore's not going to come back. Sad times, because I do like that Grand Prix. Definitely was a good one for us. And here we go, actually, yeah. Right on cue, our brakes actually got made, so that's a little bit annoying because we can't use them because the reliability is going to be so poor, 40%. So I'll remove all these, add that on. I'm gonna actually add back the rear wings. I'm gonna add on the front wing over here and the suspension. I can't actually. I've run out of slots. I was a bit too eager there, so I'm gonna go 20-0 just to bump up the brakes, but you can't use that new brake straight away. Upcoming report: 40% chance of rain. Okay. Right. Brakes are done. Let's build a new part. What else should we do? This is a tricky one now. I would say rear wing because it looks so bad, but that's kind of deceivingly looking bad from the outside when you don't hover over it. 9th, 8th, 9th, 9th, and 4th. Right, we just done brakes. We did the gearbox, did we not, as well? I think that's what we already built. Oh, no, we did a front wing, sorry. We did a front wing and the brakes. So, let's look at the next Grand Prix. Let's see what's coming up. So, realistically, it'll probably take until the Canadian Grand Prix to be built. Suspension and brake and acceleration. Suspension. Right, rear wing comes up twice, or 3 times I think that was. So I'm going to go for rear wing instead, because it seems like we can make the most gains in the car here, actually. So 2 million, and also the good thing is 17.7 days, so it takes a lot less time to actually get built. So going to go rear wing, and so we will be going with just over... or just under 1.5 million there. So we're definitely fine on the budget. And I think, remember, as per usual, once we get to around Guildford, we'll pretty much stop spending money and save up once more for the next season. So it's actually probably a good thing to spend all this money right now, because later on I will be trying to force myself not to. So that's all done and sorted. So the only thing remaining is to travel to the Russian Grand Prix. In terms of tyres, very high tyre wear. So let's go for 4... 3. You know, we only need 3. We don't need 3. We'll go for 5 mediums, 6 hards. Actually, yeah, we can probably afford to bring 4, to be fair, because we won't need a lot of mediums. So part fitting wise, I think they're all fine, to be honest. I think we can fit the new... I know we did fit the new front wing. So what we got going on? Brakes I can't fit yet. I can't fit this brake yet. So we got the better brakes to sights. Okay, I'm fine with that. Better engine I'm going to give to Rosberg. Better front wing to Rosberg, better gearbox to Sainz, better rear wing to Rosberg. I'll give the better suspension to Rosberg. Okay, that seems pretty fair. I think that seems pretty good. Pretty nice even spread. So it's going to be apparently all dry this entire time. Obviously, we know this game from before, so we'll kind of see how true that is. But we are going to... I think I'm going to stick to my word. We're going to let Leclerc have this practice session instead of Sainz. Sainz will sit out. It'll be Leclerc and Rosberg doing the gains of the knowledge. But obviously, with Rosberg being so high, it doesn't really matter that Leclerc is so bad at getting the knowledge in practice. And obviously, that'll hopefully help him grow. Because I think coming off the back of Dubai... I think if you pause the video last episode, Leclerc did actually gain a lot of knowledge from that race. So clearly he is, he is growing. And so hopefully he can still grow a decent amount if he gets given a few practice sessions. I don't know quite how fast a driver can grow in just using practice sessions. Maybe one of you guys wants to enlighten me if you've played this game a lot and you've done that before. I don't know how much they really grow in practice, but I hope and feel like it would be kind of worth it. So let's go for it. I'll say this much though, very nice to have Rosberg back in the car. Right, 4 laps on the hards, because this bar is going to just shoot up, unlike Dubai, where that was painful. That was painful to experience the Rosberg effect, as I'm going to call it, for 2 races, and then the 3rd race not to have him. Yeah, it was a punch to the gut. So I'm going to really enjoy looking at this bar just shooting up and up and up. But first of all, we're going to do the setups. We're going to bring them in, and hopefully it's not going to take too much time. I've saved the setups from last season. So there we go. 2 excellents and a great for Rosberg. So the man actually with all the pulling power in the knowledge is already good to go. So he can go do 12 laps. It's Leclerc. Needs to do a little bit of work on the handling. But actually, it was pretty much there. Great, good, and excellent. So not too much tweakings needed. 91%. So maybe just... Actually, hang on. What's, damn it. I wanted to kind of see what Rosberg was on. How are we going to go? More oversteer, potentially? I think you might want more oversteer. We're going to try and thread the needle here and try and keep this level. Right, there we go. Right, Leclerc back out, bring in. But Rosberg, you can just go do your ting and you can just get us the knowledge. Whereas Leclerc is going to come back in and... Oh, wait, hang on. Right, okay, we went backwards a little bit. Not what you want to see. Actually, wait, hang on. We went backwards on the that doesn't make any sense. 92, you were 1% up, but the feedback meter has gone the other way. Right. So there's probably a fine margin. It's probably like in the middle here somewhere. Right, there we go. 1 excellent and 2 greats. That's decent enough. Remember, this is not even for Leclerc. This is for Carlos Sainz's car. 95%, I think Carlos will be happy with that. So let's just keep Leclerc also on the hard tyres, and we'll help out Rosberg to try and get this practice, get this race knowledge bar up in the hard tyres up, and then hopefully we'll be able to do what we did in the first 2 races and get a decent amount of knowledge on the qualifying tyres. Which will be the softs. So mediums might not be used a lot, because also we have some soft knowledge. Never know, that could come in handy in the race. But already on level 2. I love this, man. I love this. We're at 16 minutes to go, and it's going to be like 13 minutes left, and we'll already have race trim and hard tyres done. Whereas beforehand, that would have taken us the entire session. Because, like, look at this. I can already bring in Rosberg, pretty much. Where is he on track? Yeah, he's here. I can bring him in, and he'll probably be done. I can bring both drivers in, actually, and they'll be done by then this lap. Absolutely glorious. Look at this. There we go. Purple, purple. Love it. Absolutely love it. Send them out. Qualifying trim. 3 laps. Tyre choice. Soft tyres. Bish, bash, bosh. And what a beautiful scene here. 3 laps. Soft tyre. Send out. And now I can relax. Alright, we're coming through to the end of this thing. About 2 minutes to go, 2.5, and we're going to get level 3 worn tyres for both these guys, but they're on their same set of tyres they've been running the entire time. But just as their stints are ending, pretty much, we're going to get level 3, and there we go. Full bingo. Level 3, soft, hard, qualifying trim, race trim. What more could you want? What more could you want? The Nico Rosberg effect, and we're also 1-2 actually, but that's probably because you can see clearly pretty much most of these guys are all doing hard tyre runs. So a lot of, actually, to my surprise, really, a lot of these AI are all doing long runs, rather than usually a lot of the time they do the softer tyres a lot more than we usually do in practice. But yeah, it's good to have. I've said it before a few times already in this episode, but it's bloody good to have Nico Rosberg back in the car. All right, qualifying time now around Black Sea Saturday, nice and dry. So let's use the knowledge we have. Soft tyre for both these guys and qualifying trim. No rain to kind of hinder us on the actual timing of it. And remember, Carlos Sainz now back in the car. Right, so I'm going to send out Sainz a little bit later than Rosberg to try and give him a bit better track grip both times, considering he didn't have any time in the car in practice here. But let's just wait a little bit. Let some AI go through. Let the track grip go up a little bit. You can see it's rock bottom at the moment. So looks like actually a lot of the AI are waiting. Not only a couple of cars going out right now, but just waiting. It's not a particularly long lap, so we don't have a lot of time to find space. So pretty much like around, I would say now, maybe send out Rosberg, a little bit of a gap ahead of us in the pit lane. But more crucially, we'll have a gap back to us as the cars come down for their flying lap here. So Rosberg's going to come out side by side actually with the car. That's a little bit annoying. Hopefully that doesn't hinder him too much. For Sainz though, still waiting for a bit of a gap. I think we'll find it now as we go through. Soft tire, speed that up, and that's going to be, yeah, actually I timed that pretty damn well for Sainz. That's a pretty decent amount of gap ahead of him. Unlike Rosberg, he's got a car right in front of him, which is very annoying. So it's perfect though. The computer does a marvelous job on Rosberg, and Rosberg overtakes the McLaren. So I hope the McLaren doesn't fight us too much on this lap. I'm going to stick with Rosberg here just to see. Hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed, we do pull away a little bit from the McLaren car. Although the McLaren does close up in the corners a little bit in the braking zone. That was a little bit weird, but we're going to stay on board, or focusing, it's not really on board, focusing with Rosberg on this lap and see how he does. At the moment, he's 4/10 down on Hamilton's pole lap here through the final bend. And let's see what it's going to be. It's P6. And what is it going to be for Sainz? It is... Well, no, it's that was a bit premature. 7/10 down, so it's going to be 3/10 slower. So probably around P14. P14, I'm saying. P12. Okay, Sainz pulled back a lot of time in that last corner, actually. He was 7/10 down compared to Rosberg being 4/10 down. Although that might have been due to Bottas setting a much faster pole time. So the delta time, actually, comparison was probably way more to Sainz, actually. So fair play. So we're 1 second down, though. I was kind of hoping we'd be a little bit closer to the Mercs, to be honest, this race. Because we've been closer previously. But remember, we have improved before quite exponentially on the second run. So let's wait here a little bit. Be a bit patient. I think we've actually got a decent amount of space here once these cars goes past. Yeah, there's a lot of room here. So let's send Rosberg out again and speed this up. No cars down the pit lane. Nope. And no car. Well, one car behind us, but we're ahead. That's fine. That's great. That's awesome. So Rosberg's got a lot of space. Let's see now. Sainz, I think after car 16 goes past, Hartley. Let's send him out now. Ooh, a few cars came down the pit lane. Okay, let's send him out now. It's getting a little bit fine. Send out. Oh no. Sainz got a lot of traffic. He's got a lot of traffic. Rosberg's going to catch cars and Sainz come out with a lot of cars. Okay, I did not time that great. Okay, that's annoying. That's going to be annoying. Okay, we might not improve as much as I hope. I mean, Rosberg's gone green. Green first sector, so that's good. Let's see the second sector. Ooh, white second. Hopefully it's just enough for improvement to get into the top 6 maybe. Across the line, what's it going to be? P5. Respectable. Good return. Remember, Rosberg's returning also, so he's had time out of the car. Sainz, though, I don't have high hopes for him improving his lap time. He has gone green in the first sector, so he might have got a slipstream on the McLaren there. So he's 1/10 off, nearly 2/10 off in the first sector. Ferrari is catching up to us there. Rosberg's down to 6th. It's a green second sector. So Sainz improving through the last bend. What's it going to be for Carlos Sainz? It's going to be P9. He out-qualifies Nico Rosberg. Fair play. Sainz needed that because, you know, a little bit of a mentality blow after being beaten by Leclerc, the super sub last race. He needed this, being able to beat the technically more senior and better teammate, Nico Rosberg, in 9th place there. But 9th and 10th, you know, just the last row in the top 10. So that's okay. You got Bottas, Vettel, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Paffett, Massa, Stroll doing very well. 2 Williams cars coming back and punching in this thing. They've been kind of aloof in this series so far, so they're pretty good. But yeah, feeling good about that. I think we can do some work in the race, obviously, and to beat to beat both Renaults and both Force Indias. That's good because remember, technically, let's forget for a second that we're first in the championship. If we remember our goal at the start of the season, beating Force India and Williams and trying to get that 4th slot, you know, we've done well to beat the Force Indias. Williams look a bit too good around here, but I think that's maybe a temporary thing around Russia. Long back straight. They're probably going to do better this time around only. But feeling good about the race still. I think the crucial thing is going to be that thing that I said before. Russia is so odd with this whole tyre temp debacle. It's going to be treading that fine line for the tyre temps. But once again, just like we did with Dubai, I'm going to start on the soft tyres. You know, we're in the top 10. I want to try and chase and keep up with the top pack here. You know, it's a mentality thing. You know, we want to fight at the front, so we're going to have to act like we're a front team, have the soft tyres on the start, and let's see how it goes. And it worked out for us in Dubai, because we were able to take the soft tyres a lot longer than other cars around us, and we're able to control the race, especially at the end with Leclerc. So let's hope we can do that with Sainz and Rosberg here. So let's get into this race, and let's hope it's a good one. The Russian Grand Prix to 5 red lights from 9th and 10th on the grid. Fire lights are out and we're underway, and it is a good start for Rosberg, who jumps Sainz momentarily, although into turn 1 maybe a bit of a different story. Oh no! What have I just witnessed? I'm actually in disbelief. What? Excuse me? That was the weirdest animation I've ever seen. Sainz just looked like he was going off for a picnic in the runoff area. What the hell, man? Come on, you can't be doing this to me. You had to prove something this race. Oh my god. Right, Rosberg, my man. I think it's all with you now, because Sainz, he's going to have a pretty tough time to get back in this Grand Prix now, isn't he? Because he's going to have to overtake all these cars on hard tyres then. Jesus. Right, it's an absolute cluster mess and a half here in the top 10. Rosberg down to P13. Things are not going kind of well at the moment in the Alfa Romeo world. Jesus. Right, well, Sainz, you're going to have to hope you can have some decent pace to overtake all these cars in traffic, mate, because you're going to have to make up time here. Meanwhile, Rosberg is struggling at the moment. Surprisingly, very surprisingly. He's down P13. He's behind hard tyre runners of Hartley and Kobayashi. Come on, make the move down the inside, Rosberg. Come on, we've got to get moving here. All right, up into P12. Nice. P11. That's good. So we're speeding up a little bit, and we're catching Hartley round the outside. Oh, didn't quite get it. Come on, down the back straight, down the inside, long back straight. Here we go, up into P10. There we go. You love to see it. Now we're back in the groove of things. Let's try and chase after now. Sergio Perez on the back of him. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz, where is he? P19. Good progress, Carlos. Good progress. Overtaking there. That's extreme. He's going to catch up to Pierre Gasly now. So good progress from the Spaniard. He needs this. I'm not going to get too happy, though, because he's, it's his own fault he has to make these overtakes. But fair enough, we're getting a bit of an overtake show as Sainz now down the inside up into P17. So that's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overtakes made. 7 overtakes made. Awesome stuff in about 2 laps there, nearly. I spoke too soon, but there we go. Down the inside of Glock, and he's up. And now the next man is the fellow Spaniard, Fernando Alonso. Meanwhile, Rosberg is in P9. He's overtaken Perez, and perfect timing there for me to cut on to Rosberg. He overtakes Verstappen, and he overtakes Lance Stroll. 2 overtakes in 1 corner. Fantastic stuff from the German. And Bob's your uncle. He's off, and now we can chase after Daniel Ricciardo. Need to watch out for the tyre temps, though. Back to neutral on him, so straight away we're already on this kind of balancing act of pushing neutral with Rosberg. Meanwhile, Sainz, he still can lean on his tyres a little bit more. He's passed Alonso, actually. We missed that. So he's overtaken Alonso off camera. And so now he's already on the back of Nico Hülkenberg, his former teammate there. Can he send him down the inside? No, not quite. But down the back straight. Let's go overtake mode. See if we can overtake him into the last corner. Yep, there we go. Come on. Keep on the inside, man. Keep it on the inside. Nope. Not quite. There we go. Last corner, neck and neck, down the back, down the main straight, I should say. Pit straight, and he's up into P14, and now he's in a bit of a Renault sandwich. Meanwhile, for Rosberg, still not caught up to Ricciardo, but remember, we're on neutral now, trying to protect these tyre temps. Meanwhile, up at the front of the Grand Prix is Vettel, who's jumped both the Mercedes cars, I think because Bottas was in pole, wasn't he? I think, if I remember correctly. Paffett doing okay, although actually, I was about to say Paffett's doing okay. Paffett's actually absolutely wrecked his tyres, Jesus. Right, Rosberg's not really doing much. Sainz, wow. What? So, okay, I see you, Sainz. I see you. I don't know why my voice was that high for that long. Sainz, P11. You overtook 3 cars without me even seeing it. You overtook Hülkenberg, Ocon, and Hartley. Okay. Sainz, you're only... That's... Considering he went off wide, the distance to only be that much... Fair play. Right, Rosberg, let's start the push now, mate. Let's start to push. I think we can afford to do that. We need to go on a high, medium fuel, though, because the fuel's not great for him. Meanwhile, Sainz... I'll say this. Rosberg may be the better driver on paper. Sainz's fuel... perk is one of the best perks I've ever seen on this game. It is so OP. He's been on a high since the start of this Grand Prix, and he's only minus 2.9, whereas Rosberg is on, well, he was on 0.72. So it's a really fantastic perk to have. Right, going to go medium here with Sainz, though. Going to continue to push on, though, with the fuel. But let's bring the tyre temps down. Meanwhile, Rosberg still on the back of Ricciardo. I need to make this pass soon, man. I need to make this pass soon. Let's go neutral, because Ricciardo's going to get caught up fighting Massa here. But let's go overtake mode on the back straight and try and see if we can get past here. Let's go attacking down the inside of Ricciardo. Let's make this pass, Rosberg, please. Into the last corner. Let's do it. Come on. Down the inside. There we go. Overtaking Ricciardo. Nice stuff. Neutral high. No, Ricciardo comes back. Ricciardo, they're side by side. He's on the outside for 2 corners, 3 corners. He's made it, though. He's successfully defended P5. Please, let's push away from Ricciardo. Please, 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 Rosberg, because your tyres now are really starting to wreck out now. Ooh, okay. New plan. Sainz, attack like hell. You're going to come in this lap. Rosberg, you're conserving. You're going to stay out for 1 more lap, mate. 1 more lap. I trust you. You're the better driver. You should be able to handle tyre wear better than your teammate. That's my logic there. So we're going to pit in with Sainz. Right, we went 8 laps there. Those go 18. Let's say we can take them 19 laps. Is that enough to get to in this Grand Prix? No, it's probably not. It's not. I can already tell that's not enough. Right, I'm looking at the outlook of this Grand Prix. So this is where we are in this cluster corner here. The top 3 are really gallivanting away from us. I'm thinking that we basically go on hards and really push them. Like, I'm talking really push them. Probably overheat them towards the end of the stint. And basically do 2 sets of hard tyres since we have the knowledge, 15% performance on the hard tyres. And also, that'll save us from having to go too conservative, because the thing is, I don't have another set of fresh softs here, which is not a thing. Like, it looks like I've screwed myself over, but the thing is, the softs wouldn't go that distance anyway, I don't think, because fresh softs have gone 8 laps. So at the end of this Grand Prix, let's say with lower fuel, they would go 9 laps maximum, maybe 10 at a push. If we went now 17 laps on the hard tyres, 18, let's say, 18 laps, that's only lap 26. We'd have to go 12 laps on softs then to go to in this Grand Prix on a 2-stop. That just wouldn't be tight. By the end of this Grand Prix, we'd be hitting the cliff. So I think rather we'll go 2 sets of hards, but knowing we're going to really push and wreck the hell out of them. So hard tyre, park conditions fine, fast pit stop. Ooh, what was that? No, okay, that's risk is only medium on fixing parts. We're not fixing a part. So pit in with Sainz. With Rosberg, he's on 21%, to be honest. I might pit him as well. I might try and double stack. I'm going to double stack. I think we'll lose less time double stacking than we will with Rosberg trundling around with warm tyres. Yeah, I'm going to double stack. Right, Rosberg in and Sainz. Right, good pit stop. Come on. Good pit. Oh, lovely. Perfect timing. As soon as Rosberg came out, Sainz was in. That was perfect timing there. Right. So, going to go medium and pushing. Going to go medium and pushing. So, we're going to save a bit of fuel with these guys, but they're going to push on the outlap. And straight away, Rosberg is right behind Paffett. That's good. Paffett was ahead of Ricciardo and Stroll, I think. So, that is good. Let's, actually, you know what? Let's attack straight away. Actually, let's attack him and try and get him in this Grand Prix straight away. We can. Let's go high fuel mixture. Let's get him. Right, here we go. Down the inside of Felipe Massa there. Trying to go around the outside. Doesn't quite work there. Going to go pushing. Going to go medium fuel since we don't have a lot of fuel to burn. Although I kind of want to overtake right now. Okay, I'm going to burn fuel right now with Rosberg. And just try and hope I can save the fuel later. It's 3 wides. Ooh, he gets squeezed out. Oh, come on. Come on, Nico. You need to do better than that, man. We can only go medium now. I can't afford to burn that much fuel. Nico, you need to get this pass done, man. Sainz is catching up to you eventually in this Grand Prix. He will do. You're going to drive like that. Right, Sainz in P18. Around the outside of Glock once more. Come on, man. Glock is still on the hard tyres he was on previously. Come on, you need to make this pass, Sainz. You need to make this pass. You need to get it done now, son. There we go. There we go. Right. Neutral. Overtake mode. Use this clean air that we have ahead of us. Push on, Sainz. Really push away. Meanwhile, Rosberg, what are you doing, son? You're behind Paffett, but Ricciardo is 4 places ahead of you. Not good enough for Rosberg, not good enough. You need to be doing better. Rosberg's not great at overtaking at the moment around Russia, I'm seeing. Paffett getting stuck. We're being backed into Verstappen, man. Right, sit rep lap 13, Rosberg P9. We're closing up on Felipe Massa and Fernando Alonso in the Toyota. Rosberg down the inside of both of them, maybe into the last corner. Yes, it's going to be a double overtake maybe by the end of the straight. Go overtake mode. Come on, get him into turn 1. Get him into turn 1. Go. Underlay. Attack. Get him. High fuel mixture. Come on. Get around him. You need to get around him. There we go. Lovely. Right, neutral, medium, push. Okay, good stuff. Up into P5. That is much better. Clean air. Chase after Ricardo Rosberg. Meanwhile, we'll look at your teammate, Sainz. He's not too far down the order here. Right, attacking with Sainz. He's on high fuel mixture. The fuel needs to come down eventually with Sainz, but remember, Sainz has such a good fuel-saving economy that we can do it pretty quickly. Come on, overtake. Yes, there we go. 2 moves made. 2 moves made on Perez and Alonso there. Apologies for fast-forwarding through that, but I was just very impatient to see Sainz make that pass. So he's up into P9. We'll go neutral here a little bit. We're probably going to pit around lap 23. That'll be like half and half. So we pit on lap 8, and then halving the remainder 30 laps, 15-15 apiece on the hard tyres would take us to about lap 23. So keeping that in mind, just going to be nice and easy on the tyres for now for a little bit with Carlos Sainz. Rosberg, his fuel's coming down. 0.3. Is he catching Ricardo? Not that much. Let's go high for a little bit and try and catch him. What's Ricardo on? He's on neutral. Right, yeah, let's try and catch up to him, pass him if we can. Meanwhile, Sainz, the cars around him are pushing on the fuel. So I would want to do that, but at the moment he's... Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Right, let's push. They're fighting up ahead. Yeah, let's push. Let's push now with Sainz because we can try and capitalise on them attacking each other. Let's go attack mode. Let's really push on and lean on these tyres with Sainz. He catches up quite a bit here to Verstappen, Stroll and Massa. Come on your old teammate from Toro Rosso, Sainz. Let's do this thing. Let's get him soon. Come on. Closing round the outside maybe from Sainz. No, Verstappen makes the move down the inside of Lance Stroll. Will Sainz have enough exposure? Come on. Oh, yes. Down the inside. Come on. Yes. Squeeze them out. Lovely stuff. Lovely. Come on. Keep attacking. Overtake mode on the fuel. Let's go. Underlay. No. God damn it. Couldn't get... The Williams cars are annoyingly really too fast on the straights here today. Okay, come on. Good stuff. Right, medium pushing. Meanwhile, Rosberg, what are you saying, mate? 5th place. Catching up to Ricardo. Yeah, you are. He is. He's catching. Just have faith in him. He's catching slowly but surely. Meanwhile, Sainz is making some absolutely explosive progress here. Right. Oh, no. Stroll's coming back at Sainz now because I'm on medium because I need to slow down the fuel and we're not getting to lap 23 yet, so I need to be wary of that. So this is the time to save a little bit. We're on 28%. Oh, at the end of lap 21, I'll start pushing them again, but I need to try and just eke this out a little bit more with Sainz. Come on, man. Just stay ahead. Meanwhile, Rosberg's up into P4. That's because Vettel's pit for mediums. Right. High fuel mixture, just get away on the straights. Medium again. Meanwhile, oh, no, don't pit with Rosberg. Okay. I'm going to stay with Sainz because this is the closer battle here. Because Sainz is not looking great to staying ahead of Stroll. Not going to lie. Rosberg's been overtaken by Vettel. That's fine. Vettel's not enough fight. Remember, I don't think the podium's on. Unfortunately, I don't think the podium's on. I think we're aiming for P4, which would be ahead of Ricciardo. Because remember that mini-map earlier on the first pit stop? The top 3 were in a world of their own, unfortunately for us. So, just going to have to pick our battles here. So, let's not attack. Vettel. Let's save fuel. Save ourselves. Let's just try and keep in the slipstream of Vettel. And just try and eke this out. With Sainz, though, we're just about staying ahead of Stroll. So, okay, for both drivers now, this is a point just to eke the tyres a little bit to make sure we get to that halfway point of lap 23, to be honest. So, let's just see what happens here. So, Sainz gains a bit there. He actually gained a 10th from his last lap. So, that's good. On towards lap 22. Right. Where is Ricciardo? Just up the road. Right, if we pit in... Right, I'm going to keep going like this. 22% warned. Right, Sainz needs to come in soon. He needs to come in very soon. Right, Sainz, you can go one more lap, but you're going to push like hell now. So you're going to go overtake mode, attack, and you're going to pit in at the end of this lap, Sainz. Pit in. Hards. Pit strategy fast. Right. Meanwhile, Rosberg You're going to continue on like you are. You're going to go high, fuel mixture, and just keep on chugging along, mate. Keep on chugging along. Actually, you know what? We've got the space again. We've got the space again to double stack. Let's double stack again. We've got the space. We've got the room. Right, Rosberg in. No. Ah, damn it. I forgot to do it. Ah, mistake by me. Okay, that was a bad mistake by me. I wanted to double stack. I was too eager. Right, Rosberg, you're pushing in. This better be a good bloody in-lap, Rosberg. Right, Sainz in. He's gained 1.2 on the in-lap. Fantastic. No mistake there. Medium, high. Good stuff. Now, Sainz got ahead of Hartley. Right, Sainz push, but save fuel. Meanwhile, Rosberg, oh my god, he's gone off the cliff. He's gained 8 tenths, though. He's gained 8 tenths on that in-lap. So even though his tyres are going off the cliff, he has gained a decent amount of time. He's gone 1 point. He went purple. He went purple with 9% worn. He went purple in the second sector. Great stuff. Right, nice in-lap. No mistake on the pit stop. Fantastic job, guys. Medium, pushing out the pit stops, and he's out ahead of Sainz, behind Perez, but Perez is going to pit for sure. So that's great. Good work. So both drivers need to save fuel now, but both are pushing on the tyres. So now I sit back, relax, let them do their thing. Where is Ricciardo in all this? Is he going to pit? He's gained 2 tenths. He's gained 1 tenth. He's gained 2 tenths, but we gained 1.2 with Rosberg. So I think this could be close. If maybe Ricciardo has a mistake, please, mistake on the pit stop. No? Doesn't look like it. Right, Ricciardo's on mediums though, because Ricciardo's on mediums. He's gonna have to conserve a lot more than we are. So he comes out ahead of us, but there is Rosberg in the background. We are closer, and he's gonna have to conserve a lot more than us. Right, that 29 situation here. It's all calm at the moment. It's feeling very calm. Rosberg's P5, 7 seconds behind Ricciardo. So Ricciardo has extended the gap a little bit, but he's on a faster set of tyres, and I've been saving fuel with both drivers, and actually Sainz now can start pushing on the fuel. So Sainz, your job, go take Massa, get P6, and stay ahead of Verstappen crucially as well. Verstappen's going to fight at the end of this Grand Prix. He's on the same exact strategy as us, I've just realised. So 9 laps remaining. Okay, that's going to be a close fight between Sainz and Verstappen, and then eventually Massa, who's on because Massa's stretched his stints. He's on better tyres now actually, so fair play to him. Rosberg though, he's interesting. I just can't tell if he's going to have enough to catch Ricciardo, because he's losing time at the moment. That's because we're not pushing the fuel too much. I can't push on the fuel too much because we don't have excess. Right, Ricciardo is up into P3 because Vettel, interestingly enough, is pit, and he's made an extra pit stop. He's on soft tyres though, so he should be able to rapidly catch Ricciardo. So unfortunately, my only hope of getting P4 seems to be Vettel again, fighting Ricciardo, just like in Dubai. I need to hope Vettel can catch Ricciardo and hold him up, because the hard tyre delta time difference to mediums is just too big. And I actually don't think Ricciardo's going to pit. I think Ricciardo's going to make it in this Grand Prix, as are we. So it's tough times, a bitter pill to swallow at the moment. Right, Sainz is catching Massa. He's 2.7 behind. We've got a bit of fuel to burn. We're on high at the moment, and we're pushing 28% tyre wear for 3 laps. It's going to be close with Sainz. I think Sainz could overtake Massa, but as he overtakes him, he might just hit the cliff. Whereas with Rosberg, I think the dream's over, unfortunately, lads. I don't think we're going to get even 4th place at this rate, because Vettel is not even catching Ricciardo that much. Somehow, miracles have occurred for Ricciardo. He's had amazing pace in that Red Bull car, and he might just do this, because also look at that. As I talk about that, Vettel now has mechanical issues, so Ricciardo may be home and dry. I don't know. If Vettel has enough issues, maybe we can catch him at the end. Right, 2 laps remaining. We're on 18% worn. It's going to soon be now or never time as we get through to the end of this Grand Prix. I'm going to medium with Sainz because I've just burned a lot of fuel there. But pretty much now is the time to push like hell. We've gained 3 tenths on this lap now. We're 7 seconds behind Sebastian Vettel. I don't think we're going to get 4th, but we'll just push home and make sure we get home. So I'm going to go high. I'm going to go attacking. We may as well on the last lap of the Grand Prix. We can afford to do that. With Sainz, though, we can't afford to go too much on the attack, especially on the fuel as well. Oh, God. Right. I don't think Sainz going to get it, unfortunately. It's a shame. I think this race, we've unfortunately hit the bottleneck of our car. I think this is how good our car is around Black Sea. We got a little bit lucky also in previous races. Annoying. Right, go full attack mode. You may as well. Wreck the tyres now, Sainz. Wreck the tyres now, son. Keep going. Go overtake mode, actually, for a little bit. Little splurge. Gain a minimal amount of time. There we go. It's going to be Hamilton from Bottas. Surprisingly, a very dominant 1-2 for Mercedes. Ricciardo third. Even more surprising, Vettel fourth. We get fifth place. Not too shabby. And Carlos Sainz will come home in seventh place, just behind Massa. From 9th and 10th on the grid, we did go forward. We didn't go backwards, so there's that. We beat... Well, Rosberg beat both Williams cars and both Force Indias. So at the end of it, we can't be too disheartened by that. I don't... you know... It's tough because I feel like I want to get ahead of myself due to us getting the podium last race and doing so well on the previous race as well. But at the same time, we've got to remember, it's only Season 3 of this Road to Glory. And really, this is perfect for us. A perfect scenario. Getting good points early, especially towards the end of the season, remember. We're not going to be spending the money, so our car may go backwards relative to other teams. So we want to get as many points as we can right now. So actually, it's a very decent showing for us around Russia, which, as I said, is a very tough Grand Prix anyway. It's one of the toughest races on the game, in my opinion, at least. So 10 and 6 points there. So Rosberg remains P5. Sainz down to 7th. But in the Constructors, we're now 2nd. Mercedes, obviously, with the 1-2. But look at that. We've still got a lot of points ahead of Red Bull and Ferrari. So actually, I'm very pleased with that. I remember, yeah, Mercedes have been the most OP, especially with Hamilton, being the most OP force in this career mode so far in the first 2 seasons. So putting my hands up, literally putting my hands up here and going, yeah, decent Grand Prix and decent result. So good driver form there from Sainz, 7.1 there. Good stuff. And let's see, you see both of them improved, but after that, look at that, Leclerc did improve quite a bit. Look, he's nearly close to a new adaptability level there. So I think thumbs up for putting Leclerc in for the practice session. We get 1.7. So good. We balanced the books. We're in the green still. So all in all, successful episode, guys. So if you did enjoy that one, be sure to smash that like button. Let's try and aim for over 1,000 likes, guys, and keep on smashing that for a bit more regular episode uploads to this one. I know some of you guys have been noticing that, so be sure to hit that like button for that reason. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of that one. If you're new around here, do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been Ever. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.